Hey, this is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. Yeah, what are we riding today? Well, it's big, it's heavy, belongs on a beach. This is the Electric Bike Company Model S Beach Cruiser. Yeah, we're cruising on the cruiser. Now, I did a couple of modifications here based on some comments on the most recent video that we did. People were saying that, yeah, the handlebars seem too high up. They're blocking the view. Yeah, they were blocking the view, weren't it? Wasn't it? Weren't it? Yeah, let's talk about that. The reason it was blocking the view is because those handlebars were a little taller than some other handlebars, in reference to me sitting on those bikes compared to other bikes. And so some comments came in and said, hey, you need to move that cell phone. It's getting in the way. It was getting in the way. He was right. Many of you guys were right. But Russ is never wrong. Told you guys that. So I moved it, yeah. Take a look at where this one is. I don't know if you can see it. Let me cross this intersection first. Let me angle it down a little bit here. Can you guys see that? It's way down here now. It's kind of level to this. What I did is I took the cell phone mount and I reversed it. Where I usually flip it one way, I changed it and turned it around the other way. So now it sits lower. It's a little more dangerous this way, I guess, because the clamp faces, the opening faces up rather than the opening of the clamp facing down. So if the clamp were to release, the whole thing would just fall straight down. All right, not that it wouldn't fall down if it was the other way either, but I think you know what I mean. But this one's made by who makes this thing here? Can't remember the brand names anymore. Oh man, I'll put a graphic up. This is the problem with the memory, I'm telling you. Lamical. See, it takes me a while and then it finally kicks in. I don't know why that is. That does that to me all the time. It's the memory. So anyway, I flipped it over. Seems to help. I don't know whether that would help that much on every bike, but on this one I can. I mean, the thing is, if you notice on the bike I have here, I don't have a handlebar extender, you know, the ones that stick out and there's an extra bar out here. I don't have that on here. I don't really need it if you think about it. Look how big this handlebar is. It's got a lot of space to put things on it. But the thing is that if you put it too far to one side, then the whole thing cockeyes a little bit, right? It angles. Same thing with the light. The light has to be up here. If I put it on the side here, this light would be aiming outwards. You want it to aim forward, right? So so sometimes you need a handlebar extender, but this one I don't. And other bikes, the handlebar tube is thicker in the middle and then tapers out to the outer edges, right? So sometimes these things don't grip very well because it's trying to grip a taper versus a bar that's the same thickness all the way across. So it makes the clamp harder to hold properly and stay secure. But on this bike, I'm able to do it. So I said, let me flip it over. Let's see what it does. And yeah, it really brings it way down. Now, other bikes I can't do that with because I don't have a lot of space. Let me angle down here. I don't have a lot of space by the leg and the front of the handlebar when you hop off the bike. You know, when you hit a stop light or stop sign, you gotta hop off. So your chest and your stomach and everything bulges forward because the saddle pushes you forward, right? Because you got the nose of the saddle, your butt has to hit that. It's gonna push you forward. So those are some considerations you have to kind of think about whether you can do this or you can't do this. But I did a reverse mount essentially, and it brings it way down. Now, I also did one more thing too. I took the GoPro, it's on a chest mount, so I moved it higher on that chest mount. Hold on. You know, when they when they cut the grass and everything, it just spews out all of the stuff, and it hits you in the face and it goes into your eyes. Even though I have sunglasses, it still goes around your sunglasses. It was hitting me in my eyeballs. Not too good. Yeah, sometimes when I pass these guys who are either cutting grass or usually when they're like using a leaf blower, they'll stop until I pass, because they kind of know that if they don't, it's gonna get all over the guy. So, you know, this guy, of course, you can't tell. He's moving forward. I was behind him, and he's got a big machine. He doesn't know what's going on. So maybe he needs a rear view mirror or side view mirror. All right, let's stop here for a second here. All right, so so I moved the chest mount higher. So because it's so much higher now, I don't even know if you see this. Now the whole point is that, you know, being that it's a bike ride, I'd like you to see a little bit of the bike at least. But now that it's way up there, I have a gut feeling you may not even see it. There's no way for me to confirm because it's on my chest. I won't know until I'm finished and done with. So if you see it's too high or too low, sorry, I can't confirm it. I don't know. I can't see what's been recorded and the like. So so if you don't see any of the bike today, you know why. It's because I moved it up and angled the camera a little bit differently. So, but you get to see a lot of what's going on forward. Now, to me, I think it's a little more interesting to see both, that you see the front, you know, so you can see where I'm headed, but also that you can see the bike, see what I'm doing. So it's kind of like you gotta be in the middle somehow, and that's very hard to gauge. So if they're off, you just have to forgive it for that video, all right? Now another thing I wanted to bring up too, a lot of people say, Russ, you like riding really fast. Why aren't you trying the wired Freedom bike? And I think that bike does like 40 miles an hour. I think so, something like that. That's from some of the reviews I've seen on it. Why aren't you using that bike? Why aren't you getting that bike? Yeah, another thing too is Wired is only 12 miles away from where I live. Yeah, they're really close. They're local to me. Why aren't you getting one of those bikes? I don't know, go ask Wired. Yeah, don't ask me. I have no idea why they don't send it to me. The thing is, I'm not gonna go begging for bikes, okay? If they need my help, they know I'm here. If they don't know I'm here, then they're not doing their job, because then they're not watching the various YouTube channels that do e-bikes, because that's their business, is e-bikes. They should know what's out there. So I've always said that if a company is interested in giving me a bike, they will contact me. If they're not that interested, they won't contact you. Now, let me say that many of you have contacted Wired on my behalf. Yeah, you've made the contact, you emailed them, then you told me that you emailed them. Yeah, I never heard from them. So that tells me they are not interested, okay? They are not interested. If they're not interested, I'm not interested either. It's simple as that. But I won't be begging for bikes. If they need my help and they want me to try a bike, they'll contact me. It's as simple as that, okay? So now, you might be thinking, aren't you interested in trying that bike? It goes 40 miles an hour. Not really. I'm not that interested in 40 miles an hour. I mean, it's cool that it does it really quick. It's cool that it has a really big battery. You know, I don't know, what is that thing, 72 volts? I don't know what is that battery. It's pretty big, right? But no, I don't want to ride 40 miles an hour consistently. I only do the 28 miles per hour to compete with cars when I have to compete with cars. And as I said in the past, my competition with cars basically means if I'm riding on a street that does 40 miles an hour, I don't want to be crawling at 20, okay? So I do my 28 if my bike is able to do that. And I'll pick and choose which bikes to take with me when I go places, because I have to know that bike is capable of handling the streets that I plan to go on, okay? So, like for instance, this bike, it will do 20 miles per hour throttled. It'll do 28 miles per hour if I pedal it, okay? It's a true Class 3 bike, or you can set it up as a true Class 2 bike. So if I was gonna do, like for instance, this road here, Palatine Road, it's like 45 miles an hour. If I was to ride that, which I don't plan to, I would probably want something like the wired bike, so I could ride 40 miles an hour while they're doing 45. But do I really want to be on a street like this? And the answer is no, absolutely no way. I don't want to get killed on this road. So would I ever use 40 miles an hour? And the answer probably is no. I won't be even riding on streets that require that much speed. As you know, I pick and choose which roads I take, and you know, if a bike can do, say, 32, 33 miles an hour, and it's set for 45, then yeah, so be it. But I won't be on that 45 mile an hour street very long. I'll be on it and off of it as fast as I can, because I don't enjoy riding with cars like that. Now we have to pass certain things. Like we got to pass this road. Okay, I'm not riding on that road, but I'm passing through it. But look how fast these cars are going. I don't want to do that with that bike. I don't think anybody really wants to do that and compete with cars if they had an option. Always look for roads that are easier to ride. Okay, you don't want to be on road. This guy's making a U-turn right there. You don't want to be on roads that are going to be dangerous for you. So, yeah. So concerning the Wired Freedom, yeah, I know it's a nice bike that goes fast. And it's relatively inexpensive. I think it's like $2,000, people are saying, but no, I would evaluate that bike as to how is it as a regular bike, and there's a benefit of going 40 miles an hour if you need to do it, but I wouldn't be riding that speed all the time. So I don't know what their marketing is all about, but I think a company like that would be better served with certain YouTube channels that you know, they're all about speed, or they're all about performance of how fast and how powerful a bike can do. I'm not really that kind of guy. They probably heard me say that, and that's why they don't give it to me. No, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm riding the bike as a bike. Although you see a lot of times I don't even pedal, and that's because, you know, like I mentioned many times in the past, I don't pedal simply because if I did pedal while I'm on camera, you'd be hearing me huffing and puffing. Because I do pedal on occasion, like I'm pedaling a little bit right now. I do pedal on occasion, and of course, when I'm not on camera, I'm heading home, I tend to pedal. Okay, so I can get a little bit of exercise at least on the way back. But the camera's already off at that time. So you just got to know that's just the way I ride and how I handle bikes and what I do with bikes. I think too, a lot of people in our demographics, although we kind of think, you know, those fast bikes, that's really cool. I mean, I'm impressed with them. I'm sure you are too. You're probably thinking that's really cool, but is that something that you really want over some of the other options that bikes do? See what I'm saying? There might be other bikes that do other things a little bit better, or maybe something a little more conservative, but they give you something else for that money. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of see that the wire bikes are really maybe for someone a little younger that's interested in performance and speed. Yeah, that's not me. Yeah, I only do it just to stay safe. If I'm on the road, I want to stay safe. Man, that thing. I was looking at some of the Halloween decorations. Man, that thing had three huge skeletons that are probably like, I don't know, 9 feet tall or something like that. So they were all dressed up too. I think one was dressed up as Beetlejuice or something. So there's that. Okay. So hey, does that mean if Wired were to contact me and say, hey Russ, would you like to try the bike? Yeah, I'd say yes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'd try it. But it's like I said, it's for the education purposes of it, and yeah, I would probably take it if I needed it for certain things. Like I said, if I'm forced to go on a road that's going to require me to have that speed, then yeah, maybe I'll take it out for that. But yeah, you have to kind of realize too, the companies just don't want to just send out bikes to anybody. You know, they have to pick and choose which YouTuber fits what they're trying to do with their marketing, and I think the people that they've chosen so far do a good job for them. So yeah, there's no real reason for them to look at the Russ is Right channel. But again, like I said, if they were to give me one, would I take it? Yeah, absolutely. And I'd do the best job that I could with it. So there you go. Yeah, I've turned down more bikes than I've taken, as I mentioned before. We're now up to 89 bikes that I've turned down from companies who've offered me bikes. All right, so why do I turn down so many? Because many of them look exactly the same. I'm telling you, they do. They all look like the electric bike. You know what I'm talking about? That design. They all kind of look like that. So I keep thinking, well, what makes this brand more special than the next? Some of them cost more, some of them cost a little less, but what makes them unique? And there's really nothing that makes those other companies unique. And I've been offered, I think, 3 trikes as well. So let's talk about that too. So why haven't I reviewed a trike? I mean, your demographic is older people. They would like to see you do a trike. I have no place to put it. It's as simple as that. I literally have no place to put it. I don't have enough space as it is now. I'm trying my best to lower the inventory in my house of bikes. And so a trike would take up like 3 times the space. It would. Take like sell 3 bikes to put 1 trike and you're back to the same amount of space that's been eaten up. So, and I know that I would not ride a trike as a daily rider. I just wouldn't do it. And I don't need to, because I can ride still a regular bicycle or an e-bike. So I wouldn't ride it. It would be a waste of their money to give it to me, and I don't want to waste any company's money sending me something that, you know, I just do a quick review on it and then that's it. Because as you know, even if it's a bike that I haven't, I decided later on to sell off, I've probably done several videos for them, although I'm not required to do that. I'm only required on most of these just to do 1 video. But I do several because I want to give them some value for them giving me a bike. Yeah, it's just me. It's just I don't go around wasting people's money for nothing. I want them to get something out of it too. Where are we heading? I know we're in Arlington Heights. I just know from just the names of the streets. But again, just riding around. Here's the thing. I've got the electric bike company bike with me. I've got a lot of batteries on here, as you know. There's batteries in the basket and there's batteries in the back. All right, let's stop here. We got fire department guys behind us. Yeah, that was loud. That was really loud. All right, I will, hopefully I remembered and I lowered the volume level for you on the video. Otherwise, yeah, it'll be blasting you guys. All right, so anyway, where were we? Yeah, trikes. Yeah, I haven't taken any trikes in. Now, if one of our existing companies that I've been working with made a trike and asked me to do it, I probably would do it. Simply because we've already got a working relationship and I would help them out and try it out. And then, of course, at that point, then I would be excited to see how the trike does. And then I have to deal with the space issue again. But yeah, it wouldn't be something I would ride on a daily basis. It's just too big, in my opinion. The trike, let's talk about the trike. If you were riding a trike on a bike path, okay, first off, nobody's going to yell at you for, oh, okay, now look like something like this. Look straight ahead. Look at all the monsters on this thing. You guys see that? Yeah, we got monsters galore over there. No one's going to yell at you if you're on a bike path in terms of your speed, because you can't go that fast on those things anyways. It wouldn't be safe. I think the fastest I've seen one of them say that they can do is like maybe 20 miles an hour, but most of them will do 15 or under. Maybe even 12 and under. I don't know what the speeds of some of them are. But yeah, it's not safe to go really fast with something like that. So I can't take it on like on the streets that I would normally do, because I need some speed a little bit in order to compete with the cars when I'm on the road with them. So where would I take it? And if I do take it on the path, I would eat up the entire path. Yeah, that thing is wide. That thing is wide. I remember I did a video where I ran into one of my former photography students. I'm going to move to this other street back here again. I ran into one of my former photography students. He was riding a trike, and he didn't recognize me. I didn't recognize him. As we were talking about it, we realized that he says, "Oh, I love taking photography. I took a class once." I go, "Yeah, I probably taught it to you." As we're thinking about it, sure enough, he's a former student. So now for him, he was riding in front of me. There's no way I could have even gotten past him because the trike takes up a lot of space on a bike path. So if you're going to get yelled at for anything, it'll be people saying, "Get that thing off that path, I can't get past you." Yeah, you ever notice we get yelled at a lot? We do. Yeah, e-bike guys are always getting complained about here and there about something. Hey, no motorized vehicles on this path, or get your class 3 bike off of our path, or you're scaring people with that bike. I read that once on one of the e-bike forums. Somebody said, "You're scaring the little kids with that bike." Oh man, yeah, it's a one complaint after the next. Here's one thing that I've noticed. If I'm on the street, I have very few complaints. Other than maybe cars are thinking, as they're behind me, "I wish this guy was off the road because he's slowing me down." See, they're complaining anyway. You just can't hear it. Yeah. Yeah, people don't like bikes for some reason. They have an issue a little bit here, a little bit there about this or that about bikes. I don't know what their problems are. So today's ride, we're hitting some neighborhoods we've never been in before. I don't know where I am. I just know basically which direction I'm heading at this point. Turn around the other way, we can head home. I could figure that out, right? But no, sometimes I just take the ride and go where it takes me. And like I said, I'm not as fearful with the battery issue because I've got battery in the front and battery in the back. Yeah. I don't recall how many amp hours are in these battery packs. 18? 17? I don't know. Can't remember. Times 2? Yeah, front basket one is the same amount of battery as the rear. I think we did come down here once before. It's starting to look familiar. All right, I'll make sure this car sees us here. Yeah, so if I run out of the back battery, I can turn on the front battery. Or we could run them parallel, run them both at the same time. But I knew I wasn't going to go too far, so I figured if I'm going to wear out a battery today, let's wear out the back one and then just plug in one battery instead of having to plug in two. Yeah, and I mentioned before too, the electric bike company batteries are built in-house. Yeah, everything is built in-house. Let me say that from this company. Everything is built in-house. Yeah, we were down the street once before. I turned around, I remember that, because I didn't want to cross the street, didn't know where we were heading. I may have to do that again. Let me turn here. There's nobody here now. Get off and turn around. All right, I'm just hopping along. That's why it looks funny on the camera. Just one leg is hopping down and hopping around. The other leg was on the pedal. All right, let's just head back towards that area. So, yeah, we're just riding around. It's no big deal. I'm not even really going that fast. But yeah, the electric bike company bikes, if you're not into a beach cruiser, yeah, don't worry about it. Take a look at their bikes anyways. Go to their website. They have like the Model R, the Model this and that. This is a Model S, okay? And then what's cool about their website is you can customize the bikes any way you want. You can buy it stock. That's fine. That's the least expensive way to do it. Buy the stock version of the bike, or you can customize it. Add things to it. Change the colors of you could pick and choose any colors of stuff you want. You could have your basket a different color than your bike. You can have your battery pack different color than the rest of this and that. You can pick whatever you want. You can pick chrome, you can pick black. You can change the rim colors of your bike. I have silver. So my bike is typically silver and bluish. So and then I have the wooden fenders too. One of the reasons I chose this style of bike is it's one of the few bikes that actually have the wooden fender option. Cannot put the wooden fenders on every bike option that they have, but they do have it for this. And then I wanted something that was totally different. I had so many other bikes that are kind of like the same or similar. I said, well, wouldn't it be cool if we had something different? So yeah, I said, let's get a beach cruiser. Look at these handlebars, man. I mean, they're swept back handlebars. I sit totally up and down. You probably don't even see the bottom because it's so high up. I've moved the cameras up and everything, but yeah, but I'm sitting up and down. I'm not leaning forward. If I'm leaning forward, then you're gonna see more of the bike, of course, because then the angle's lower, and then I'll get a backache, and and my arms will tire out from leaning forward. This bike, piece of cake. Sitting upright, not tired of anything. Yeah, if I want to just go around and cruise around, I'm not interested in really going speed. I'm just interested in getting around and seeing what's around. This is the bike I would prefer to take, yeah. So yeah, it's one of the few bikes I will not get rid of. Never say never. One day I might. You never can tell. All right. I'm going to hop off this bike, make sure these people pass. Don't run me over. No, they customized this bike for me. Why would I get rid of it? All right. Got to get the bug out of my sunglasses. You know, I told you guys that the bugs seem to like hitting me in the face. They either do that or they end up on my sunglasses. All right, hold on here. I'm gonna have to blow this thing off. It's crawling around on my sunglasses on the inside. Sit tight. You guys see it? Blow them off of that. You know, if he was on the outside, that'd be one thing. Okay, let me let this car go by first. If he was on the outside of the sunglasses, that'd be one thing. He was on the inside part. So now it's he's between the glass and my eyeballs. Gotta get him out of there then, right? So, all right, so no safety vest again. Like I mentioned before, the safety vest issue is always an issue here. All right, that thing said 18 miles an hour. I was running 18.5 according to the speedometer on my bike. So this one's pretty accurate. Somebody mentioned that they noticed that the speedometer on the Engwe showed one speed and then the radar showed another. I think it was like 2 miles an hour faster on the bike than on the radar. If that's the case, then that 24 miles per hour might actually truly be 22 miles per hour, right? So we never really know. But I tend to trust the radar. Oh, that one was a flyer. Yes, that's that e-bike that just passed us on the sidewalk. That's one of the new radio flyers, I think. Yeah, red one too. You're talking about like the, what do they call those wagons? What was it called? The radio flyer wagon or something like that? Is that what it's called? So anyway, I think that's what that bike is. What was I talking about now? So you get sidetracked and lose my train of thought. It probably wasn't important. Probably wasn't important. All right, some other things let's talk about. Some other questions came up on the reviews of the Engwe bike that that I should be putting certain information, more information than I usually do, like the weight of the bike. Yeah, I agree. That'd be information that's good. You know, the problem is that when I do these reviews, I have in mind what I want to talk about. And sometimes I forget because we're talking about other things. As you know, even when we're doing this stuff, my mind will wander a little bit, and the next thing you know, it's not in there. And then as I edit it, sometimes I remember, and I'll put a little graphic up, and if I forget, it's not in there, okay? Here's the thing. If I miss something, they always have a website, okay? If you're interested in that bike, enough to know, you know, like, oh, I wonder what the weight is. I'm interested. I might buy this bike. He didn't tell me the weight. Go to the website. They have all the critical information there. It's not that hard to find it. All right. So if I miss something, it's not because I purposely messed up to do it. Sometimes it's just my memory just forgets it. It's the way it is. Okay. By the way, I think that Engwe was 79 pounds, just so that you know. Unlike this bike is actually really kind of heavy. And it's only heavy because I have extra batteries inside the basket. You don't have to do that, okay? I had them add the extra batteries to my basket, and I knew that was going to add weight, but man, it really adds a lot of weight. It adds a lot of weight. So now the range was more important to me, you know, rather than oh, the bike is heavy. Yeah, I don't like a real heavy bike either. Just like anyone else, you know, I prefer to have something a little lighter. But between weight and range, give me range. I don't want to be stuck somewhere, and I want to be able to go farther. That's the whole thing with the range. So, anyways, let's go back to electric bike companies since we're riding this thing. Yeah, they have different models besides this Model S. So if you don't like the idea of a beach cruiser, you don't like the handlebars, you don't like this, you don't like that, that's okay. Check out their other bikes. And their other bikes would be kind of similar in the sense that, you know, they're all built here in the United States. If that's a big deal for you, here you go. This company builds it here. You know, the parts come from different parts of the world. That's true for every bike manufacturer. Yeah, I don't think there's a single bike manufacturer that manufactures the frame, manufactures the derailleur, manufactures every part that you see here. Somebody's buying something from somewhere, all right, and then putting it together. Some of them, you know, are U.S. companies, and the entire bike is put together somewhere else. This one is a United States company based out of California. But they build it here. I mean, they have a factory that actually puts all those components together in California. So it's about as US as you're gonna get, right? If that's important for you. Yeah, they even build the batteries here. Okay, they buy the battery cells from other companies, but they assemble the battery cells. They assemble the battery pack themselves. Yeah, they even do their own spokes. Oh, there's that big monster thing again. Yeah. No, it wasn't. I thought it was Beetlejuice. I think that's the Nightmare on what is it called? Nightmare on Christmas? What is that thing called? Nightmare Before Christmas? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think that's who the guy is. The big monster version of him. Yeah, I think it's probably like 9 feet tall. I think it's huge. I should have turned the camera and let you see it. Came up all of a sudden, and again I passed it again. So oh well. So, weather-wise, okay, when I left the house, it was 64 degrees. I waited till now to come out just so that the weather was a little warmer. As you know, 70 degrees is my ideal. 64 is about as close as you're going to get. But again, I have the Fisherman's Life sweatshirt on. There's no vest because, again, I don't have a vest that... Well, I have a vest that fits, but it looks terrible, so I didn't wear it. Oh, and X-Nito. Oh yeah, X-Nito. X-Nito helmet, right? You know, I have a electric bike company helmet. They gave me one of those too. It matches my bike. Yeah, it's blue. It has headlight and rear light on the back of the helmet, just like the X-Nito. It's not rated like the X-Nito. The X-Nito is rated to 28 miles per hour. I don't think theirs is rated like that. But I still wear the X-Nito even on this for now, and you know, and that's because the microphone is attached to the X-Nito helmet on the visor, and I cannot attach the microphone on their little visor thing because it's very, very small, and there's no way for me to clip on to it, and there's no other holes and stuff that I can wire the wires through. So when I'm doing a video, I don't use their helmet. When I'm riding around town and I'm not doing a video, I use their helmet. Okay? This is kind of cool. it's cool to have their helmet match my bike, right? So anyway, I asked Xnito if they would provide me the liner of the helmet. This is because as it gets colder, their helmet liner, which goes, it's like a little skull cap, it also has like earmuffs. So I said, can you send me an extra large and also a medium, because Mrs. Wright wears the medium helmet, and they said yes. So hopefully, he said maybe by Friday I might get it, but I don't know whether I will need it as of yet, but it's in preparation of as the weather starts getting a little colder. So in exchange, I will of course do a little review of that along with one of my daily rides. I mean, it won't be a whole dedicated video on it, it's just an accessory part, right? But I will show it to you, let you see what it looks like, and let you know how I think it performs, how well does it help. I figure it's gonna do pretty good, because first off, anything you wear under the helmet is gonna warm you up. You add something that's like earmuffs to it, it's just gonna be that much better. It's gonna look weird. I already know it's gonna look weird. I've already seen it. But it's gonna look a little weird, but I think when you're freezing and your ears are cold, you don't care what it looks like. You want to warm up. So there you go. All right, we're taking a left over here. So yeah, weather-wise, going back again, it's expected to rain in the next couple of days. Now, the weather forecasts always tell you one thing, but whether it really does or not is another story. And the rain, you know, they don't tell you when it's going to rain. As far as, you know, if it's like 9 p.m. it's going to rain, it's going to show, you know, 80% chance of rain. Well, yeah, at 9 p.m. I'm not going to be riding then. It all depends on what time of the day it rains, okay? And if it does rain, I won't be going out. So then we'll be doing our green screen videos. And those are okay too. I mean, I may not be able to get out to ride, but you do have me talking about like things that I normally talk about anyway. And then you do still get to see me ride, because we run the other videos behind it, right? So if you've never seen one of those videos from me before, you will eventually, because eventually we're gonna have to do it. It'll be too cold or it'll be too wet and rainy. Yeah, this is a fun bike to ride. I know it's different. It's not for everybody. But it's fun, yeah. It's kind of like riding something from nostalgia. I always look at bikes like this and I go, yeah, those are from like the olden days, you know, beach cruiser. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. Hey, this will beat out any olden day bike. This will go pretty fast if I needed it to. Really good cable management too on the Electric Bike Company bikes. Everything looks really clean. Everything goes through the frame and everything. It's not, there's no wires just hanging out, you know. I mean, you got these, of course, but even that, you know, that's wrapped really nicely, and yeah, they do a good job. Yeah, check them out, okay? Do me a favor, check them out. Give them some love. They support the Russ is Right channel by giving me one of these bikes. Best I can do at this point is just let you guys know about it, and hope that you go and take a look at least at their bikes. Yeah, and if you like it, order one. Yeah, make sure you let them know Russ is Right sent you there, right? Use the affiliate link to get you there, 'cause that'll help me too. You order a bike from them, it helps me out, just like all the other bikes that I have in there. You know, at one time, I asked the people, you know, a lot of these companies offer me affiliate links to give to you guys. So what that is basically I just put the link there, and then they give me a commission if you buy their bike, and they probably give you some type of discount if you order the bike using my link. But if I've never reviewed the bike, I said, you know, do you want me to do that? And most of you guys said, no, don't do it. So I've never done that. On the other hand, you miss out on some opportunities to save on bike money if that's a brand that you happen to have wanted to buy anyway. So, but to this date, I have not put on those bike company links that these companies offer me to do, simply because I've never reviewed it, I've never tried it, I don't know if I'd like to endorse it or not, so I didn't do it. So whatever links that you see are typically things that I've used or have purchased or I have been given for review. I think the only things that I may not necessarily have 100% usage from is some of the links for Amazon, because there might be like an accessory I thought, oh, maybe these guys might be interested in this one. Okay, let's turn here. So, and I didn't have a need for it, but I know that other people have a need, and I see it and I go, oh, that actually is a good looking product that would actually do what they need. I might put that link up there. That's just an accessory. I'm not talking about a major bike, right? And I appreciate everybody who does use those links, and a lot of you guys do. I know that for a fact, because I can see it, you know. I can see it that you guys have purchased certain things that, you know, even if it's just like, oh, I need a mirror, or I need a handlebar stem. What does he recommend? Let me take a look. So, yeah. Let me hit these guys with the bell here. On your left. Thank you.
Thank you.
Man said thank you. As they're smoking their cigars. I could smell the cigar. Yeah, that's one thing that never appealed to me. Not that, you know, maybe some of you guys do smoke cigars, but yeah, that never really appealed to me. Smoking never really appealed to me, but I think cigar smoke makes it even tougher to handle. Pipe smoke, on the other hand, is a sweeter smelling smoke. I had an uncle who used to smoke a pipe, and you can smell it, but it always has that, yeah, you know what a pipe smoke smells like, right? I think to many people, that's a little less offensive than maybe the cigar smokes are. All right, let's pass this lady here. Give her a little forewarning that I'm coming by, passing through. You know what I really like about this microphone that I have wired up? I could talk really softly and you guys can hear me. And I know some other mic systems, it doesn't pick up that well. You know, as I approach people, I don't usually talk too loud. But yeah, even with wind blowing on me, and I can't even hear myself, this mic always does a really good job. People have asked, why don't you use a wireless system? Well, I don't really need to. My audio recorder is right on my belt, essentially. The wired mic goes right to it. It's not going that far, so I don't really need to. I guess if I were doing something and I had to walk away from where my camera is and where my audio recorders are, then maybe. And then a wireless system might make more sense. But the thing is, though, unless I'm gonna wire that directly to my GoPro, which you need some additional adapter type things to your GoPro, making the GoPro even bigger and heavier. Unless I'm willing to do that, there's no reason to go to a wireless microphone. The wired is basically does everything I needed to do. Okay, we're gonna pass through here without fear that the batteries are gonna go out or anything like that. I have enough batteries to worry about. I want to worry about microphone batteries too. This microphone, though, does require 48-volt phantom powering, and it's got a transformer and everything like that, but the audio recorder has the ability to output the 48-volt phantom powering to the microphone. So you have to have the right gear to do certain things, and I know not everybody has it or is willing to do what I'm doing with the audio, but many of you guys have mentioned that the audio always sounds good on our videos, and that's why. Yeah, we're using pro level microphones and the like. Pays off. Yeah, I think it does. And then the wind is cut down so bad. I mean, if I didn't have the windscreen on this thing, you'd be like, wow, that thing is really windy. But yeah, that little $4.50 windscreen is a piece of foam. $4.50. It's like a small little, what is it, even an inch? Maybe 3/4 of an inch round foam thing. $4.50. You kidding me? But without it, yeah, it'd be really windy sounding. Sensitive mic picking up everything with a lot of wind noise. That'd be terrible. Alrighty. I think we're good for today. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. It really does help, and it pushes it out to other people. Hit the share button. That definitely pushes it out to people. And then hit the dog's barking. Hit the hit the subscribe button too if you haven't already done so. Yeah, everybody says that too. You ever notice that? Everyone says the same phrase. Yeah, we pick up the same things. Everyone says the same stuff. I'll talk to you guys next time.